Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea. And a little bit of history here of what we've done at Bloomberg Surveillance and a zillion years ago, Bloomberg on the Economy. When we started this effort, we didn't do politics. We didn't do international relations. And some of our statistical people said there was a real interest in it. And so I very carefully tested years and years ago doing what in America we call international relations. Over in foreign policy would be another phrase over in Europe. And I was thunderstruck by the response. It's really become a heritage of the program. And when you have Trump, Putin, Putin, Trump, you want to call up people that you know with experience. On this relationship, I started with the wonderful Marshall Goldman of Wellesley and Harvard years ago, other worthies. But no one has been more effective than Angela Stent. We'll get to her in a moment. Here is Richard Portes of the London Business School with all of his expertise on Russia.
Putin's got the cards, partly because Trump is willing to let him play them. And he's playing Trump. But Trump seems to think that's just fine. And that maybe he'll get a Nobel Peace Prize out of this. But as I say, I think the Europeans are not going to play ball with the kind of a deal that Putin has in mind. And that's going to be a big area of conflict between Europe and the United States, potentially, if Trump tries to pursue it.
Richard Portes there of the United Kingdom of Great Britain, of the London Business School. Angela Stent was my first call the day of the invasion of Ukraine. Her book, Putin's World, was my book of the year. I made my book of the year in February. That's how important her book is. It's just a great one-volume read of the foundational beliefs of Vladimir Putin. Angela Stent of the Brookings Institute of Georgetown University on this historic day.
I would say we're more or less all living in Putin's world at the moment, right? We're waiting to see what he will say. I think you have to understand that Putin is not interested in a ceasefire. Now, he said that in principle he's interested in it, but he still believes that Russia is winning, and he wants more concessions from Ukraine. President Trump obviously would like Putin to accept a ceasefire. He has said that what they're going to talk about is territories, land, the nuclear power plant. I'm assuming he means the biggest one in Europe in Zaporizhia, which the Russians now occupy.
Right.
And then he said assets. Now, I don't really know what he means by assets, but I would think that Putin's going to string him along on the ceasefire. What Putin's interested in is the restoration of U.S.-Russian relations.
Angela Stent of the Brookings Institute, and then Richard Portes before as well. Again, look to all of Bloomberg's coverage here with Henry Winter and others here. Decades of experience in Moscow and, of course, some Eastern Europe now on Ukraine, on Russia, on the United States. On your commute across the nation, we're on Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, special good morning to 99.1 FM in Angela Stent's Washington, Bloomberg 1130 in New York, and 92.9 FM in Boston. We're on YouTube and on YouTube podcasts. This is Single Best Idea.